Assalamu alaikum, dear learners. Just we have seen the 6 chapters of class 11th. Today we will know about the 7th chapter of class 11th. It is Federalism. Today we will know its meanings, its characteristics, and its features or the features of Indian Constitution. Dear learners, as you know, by federation we mean, or the federalism generally refers to a system of government in which sovereignty is constitutionally divided between the two sets of the governments, one set working at the central level and another set working at the unit level, or what we call the state level. Generally, this refers as a federation. It has different characteristics. In a federation, there is two sets of the governments. The first set of the government is at the central level, and the second set of the government is at the state level or the unit level. Both the governments work together constitutionally, and some powers are vested within the central government and some powers are lying in the hands of the state or the unit government. Another feature of this federalism is that it is having division of powers. The constitution directly divides the powers of operation between the central government and the state government. What are the subjects on which the central government has to work, and what are the subjects on which the state government or the provincial government has to work. Another feature of this is that it is having a written constitution. The written constitution clarifies, declares the powers of operation, what are the powers in the hands, what functions are in the hands of the union government, and what functions and powers are lying in the hands of the state or the unit government. Likewise, it is another feature and another characteristic of this federation is it is having a rigid constitution. By rigid constitution we mean which is difficult to amend. In a rigid constitution, the government has both the governments, the government of the central level and the government at the state level, when they see any kind of law has become the ultra virus, or there is a need to make any kind of change within the existing law, when both the governments agree with each other, after that law gets amended with the consent of the two governments, and that is the rigid constitution. Likewise, there is another characteristics of the federalism is it is having an independent judiciary. The independent judiciary sees what are the laws which are made by the legislature, or these laws, or aren't these laws in contradiction with the constitution. Whenever they feel any law has become any kind of has made any kind of controversy, or there is any kind of alteration needed within the law, so we get the judicial reviews time and time in order to have that both the government at the central level as well as government at the unit level, they work together in order to provide the peace and progress to the people living within the territory. Another feature of this federation is it is having the bicameral legislature. By bicameral legislature we mean the one house which is the house of people, or what is generally known as House of Commons, or what is generally known as the House of People. This is also known as Lok Sabha in India. It generally refers to the House of Masses, because directly the people go to vote and to elect their representatives who make thereby laws for their people. Another group of people who are at the helm of affairs, they are holding another office, what we call Rajya Sabha, or which is known as House of States, or what is this represent the states within the parliament. So another characteristics of this is that the people living within the federation have their dual citizenship, and the citizenship of the whole nation, or the citizenship of the whole federating unit, and the citizen of their region of belongingness. Likewise, in India, we are having special features for making India as a federation. In India, we are having the dual government. As earlier discussed, that the dual government, by dual government we mean that there is a set of government at the central level, at the union level, who constitute the government, or who is the apex at the union level, who is the apex at the central level. Another government works at the unit level, or the provincial level, or the regional level, or the state level, which has their own powers. So another feature of this another feature of the Indian federalism or Indian federation is it is having a written constitution. The Indian constitution is the most elaborative constitution of the world, and it has both the spheres. The written constitution has the interests of the national level as well as interests of the local level, and both the governments work constitutionally within their own spheres. Likewise, it is having the division of powers. In India, we are having the government at the central level, or government at the union level, which can work on 97 subjects like defense, railways, post offices, and telegraph offices, etc. These are under the hands of, and this press information, these are lying within the hands of the central government. And these three lists, the list, central list, or what we call the central list, the state list. The state list is having 66 subjects on which the state government, on which the unit government can work. These include the public interests, or the public health, or the education, and the police of that very state, or of that very unit. Likewise, another list is called the concurrent list. The concurrent list is having 47 subjects on which both the governments work together. Whenever the need arises, they make this include the interests of the national level as well as the interests of the local level, which include the electricity, the trade unions, and the social planning. All these things come together when both the governments agree, which directly comes within the ambit of the directive principles of the state policy. So both the governments work together on the concurrent list, and the central government works on the central list, and the state government works on the state list. Likewise, there is supremacy of judiciary. In India, we are seeing that we are having the courts at the local level or at the subordinate level. After that, we are having the district courts. After that, we are having the high courts. We are having the Supreme Court. Rest and the power of appeal lies within the hands of the President of India. The independent judiciary directly interprets the Constitution and maintains the sanctity of the law. Likewise, the Supreme Court has its original jurisdiction to settle the disputes between the center as well as between the center and the states. It can declare a law unconstitutional if it contravenes on a provision of the Constitution. So the independent judiciary is required for running a federation or running a federal state. Likewise, we are having the bicameral legislature. In bicameral legislature, the first group of people, or the Lok Sabha, or the lower house, which is commonly elected by the people through the first past the post system, and the people have direct interactions with their representatives, and they represent their demands, they represent them within the parliament or within the lower house. And after that, we are having the upper house. The upper house is also known as House of States, whereby the states, or whereby the issues of the states are discussed at the parliamentary level, and the Rajya Sabha, or at the upper house, which represents states there. So this is all about the federalism. Tomorrow we will see its another topics. Thank you. Have a nice day.